What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly Sports History for May 3rd, 2025. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. Welcome to a Saturday edition of the podcast. Let's get right into it. First, let's start with the Phils and recap yesterday's question of the day. I asked you, should we be concerned about Bryce Harper's struggles? 70% of you said no. Lots of people saying it's just part of the season, the ebbs and flows. A lot of people talked about his emotions, and it doesn't seem like he's having fun. Ironically enough, I did see something on Twitter that Scott Fransky and Larry Anderson were talking about just that during the game last night, and it does appear, I guess, from a distance that he's not having fun, but they said the people that are around the team said he's been a great teammate, having a blast, is just sort of a slump. They're throwing him a lot of curveballs and breaking pitches, and he's just got to adjust to it. How did he do last night, though? Did get a hit. Looked like he was on top of the ball with his timing. Like, he had a couple nice rips that went foul. One almost was a home run, missed by like maybe 5 feet or so. So hopefully hitting season is starting, and Bryce is going to come around with his timing. But thank you, as always, for participating in the question of the day. We'll have another one here later in the show. But a good solid win for the Phils yesterday over their nemesis. Seems like they always seem to struggle with the Diamondbacks. But 3-2, low-scoring game, good pitching game. Bullpen looked good once again in relief of Luzardo, who didn't seem like he had his best stuff, but did power through, giving up the 2 runs. I think he had like 6 strikeouts in 5 1/3 or so, but good win. The bullpen, like I said, came in. Romano with another solid performance. Maybe, just maybe, he's getting out of his own head and is going to start well. That would be a huge upgrade. But Jose Alvarado is just a beast. Love him. And if you didn't see this, it was pretty cool. The kid the other night, when he got the bases loaded and then struck out the side, who was in the stands copying him. I can never say that word correctly. But was invited down for batting practice. Didn't expect to see Alvarado, but Alvarado came out, surprised him, gave him one of the necklaces that he has, and then he had some good box seats. So good story, feel-good story for the Phils on a Friday night, but a good win to start this series against the Diamondbacks. Aaron Nola on the mound tonight as they look to take the series against the Diamondbacks down at Citizens Bank Park. I think it's a 6:45 start for that. Do have some Andrew Painter news. He will be making his starts in Lehigh Valley now, which means he's one step closer to coming up to the big club. Probably, I would expect him to make maybe 4 or 5 starts, which would get us right into that end of June, beginning of July sort of time frame. Maybe sooner, who knows? But he's just been tearing it up. Excited to see what he does with a little bit better of competition. But Andrew Painter getting the start, I believe, tonight up in Allentown. So if you can't make it down to Philly, maybe you can go up to Allentown and see some Andrew Painter action. But good win, 3-2 for the Phils. They look to take that series tonight against the Diamondbacks. All right, let's get into some housekeeping and some quick updates from yesterday. I mentioned it was the anniversary of Mike Schmidt's last home run as a member of the Phillies. He hit that off of Jim Deshaies, and I was like, I think Jim Deshaies pitched for the Phillies, which he did. In the final year of his career, he pitched in 2 games in 1995 for the Phillies. So my memory is still not gone yet. If you were looking for those about to rock on the social media yesterday, it got taken down due to copyright infringement. No big deal. That's why I don't post it on YouTube, because YouTube takes that way more seriously than Facebook does. So what I might start doing is just posting the official videos or whatever of our Philly Sports Summer playlist. And starting today, I'm going to give some bonus tracks because, you know what? Why not? They're not necessarily Philly sports related, but they tie in with the artists that we're talking about. Can never go wrong with a big playlist for the summer. So stay tuned for that later in the show. Be sure to follow me on social media, Jimbo_Mont on Twitter and TikTok. On Instagram, at Philly Jimbo. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jimbo_Mont, and continue to spread the word as we grow this thing. As a reminder, I do show highlights, photos, clips, all kinds of good stuff on my social media, including the Facebook and LinkedIn accounts. And there's always a lot of good discussions on the Facebook account. Eventually, later this summer, I am going to add a Discord channel chat to try to get some more interaction and get everybody in one place. So stay tuned for that. As I mentioned, we will continue our Philly Sports Summer playlist with some bonus tracks added as well, because why not? And don't forget, if you didn't check it out already, yesterday we spent Fridays with AI. We went down an alternate reality where Mike Schmidt played his home games at Citizens Bank Park instead of the Vet to see how many home runs he would hit and how it would impact his career, and likely would have been in the conversation for a top 10, top 5 player of all time. So that is available on YouTube, also some of my social media. But if you want to just go back and check out the podcast from yesterday, I spent about 5-6 minutes talking about that. All right, it's time to run our Tankathon simulations. And this is where if I had a Baba Booey, there would be some type of music or a stinger playing. But here we are. Flyers did move down to the 6th pick in today's Tankathon simulation. Again, still one of those things, no harm, no foul. But we will find out on Monday officially where the Flyers pick in the draft. No word on the coaching search, but it does seem the rumors are getting hotter that it's going to be Rick Tocchet. Sixers, meanwhile, did move up to the 4th pick. Again, I would take that because it makes it easier for Elton Brand and Daryl Morey not to screw it up if they're in like the top 5, because it's sort of the guys, like you have that core group of guys, so they'll be able to hopefully not screw it up. But that is today's Tankathon simulation. We'll have another one tomorrow, and then one more for the Flyers on Monday as we find out Monday night where the Flyers will pick. Union are in action tonight in Montreal, looking to stay hot. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling here, Union. They're still at the top of near the top, of the Eastern Conference standings. So looking to add to their point total tonight up in Montreal. Check out my friends over at the Clashing Conferences podcast. Lots of great things happening with their sports fan network. Go to theclashingconferences.com. Check out what they have to offer, how you can get involved. And then if you're still not sure what they do, check out their podcast wherever you get your podcasts, as well as on YouTube. Very entertaining, good group of guys as a part of the network. So go check them out, theclashingconferences.com, and then do some shopping at Philly Goat. It's going to be almost 90 degrees again today. Get your summer gear ready. They got the slides, the canvas loafers, shirts, do some Mother's Day shopping, Father's Day shopping, all of that. PhillyGoat.com. Be sure to use the promo code Jim Montgomery to take 10% off of your order when you check out. That's PhillyGoat.com. Promo code Jim Montgomery to take 10% off of your order. All right, today, May 3rd. By the way, it is Kentucky Derby Day. That I could see there is no local connections in the race this year, but always a fun day to watch the Kentucky Derby. Figured I'd mention that. Get your big floppy hats out, drink some mint juleps, and have a good time with it. But May 3rd has not been a good day for the Sixers in their rivalry with the Celtics. 5 times they've played on this day. 5 times they have lost. First, back in 1981, they lost 91-90 in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final. You may remember this as the series that the Sixers blew the 3-1 series lead against the Celtics. They actually led this game 75-71 going into the 4th quarter, and then the Celtics took control. Larry Bird went off. Celtics took the lead for good with about a minute remaining. Sixers did have some chances down the stretch of this game and just could not get it done, as they were left wondering once again, what if? It was widely believed that the Sixers were the better team than the Celtics too, but they just got cold and could not close out that series. Then we're going to fast forward to 2002. Game 5 of the first round playoff series. Sixers got blown out 120-87. It ended the reign of the defending Eastern Conference champions. things were never the same after this playoff series for Allen Iverson, Larry Brown, that whole core group. In this game, we saw the emergence of Paul Pierce. Young Paul Pierce kind of got his sea legs, so to speak, in this game, scoring 46 points, including 8 3-pointers. The legend of Paul Pierce was born on this day against the Sixers in Game 5 of their first-round playoff series. Then in 2018, Game 2 of their second-round series, Celtics beat the Sixers 108-103, winning to take a commanding 2-0 lead. The Sixers would go on to lose this series 4-1 after beating the Heat in the first round. However, after this, we thought that the future was bright for the process era Sixers. We had Embiid, Ben Simmons, lots of young guys, lots of cap space. We thought, all right, free agents are going to want to come here. And then we all know how that played out. Not well. And then fast forward 5 years later to 2023, Sixers got blown out once again, 123-87 in the second round of their playoff series after stealing Game 1, that exciting Game 1 when James Harden went off. We saw the return of Joel Embiid from a knee injury in this game. Ended up taking this series all the way to Game 7. Again, though, they blew a 3-2 lead with Game 6 on their home court and just couldn't get it done. So May 3rd, not a good day for the Sixers versus the Celtics. The rivalry, just not a good day for it. But that does lead to today's question of the day. The Cowboys are not available. Who's the biggest Philly sports rival? You can go Celtics here. You can go Knicks, Mets, Braves. For me, I got to go either the Giants or the Mets here. I think it's got to be one of the New York teams. But what do you think? 267-495-8531. That'll get you in. I know a lot of old head basketball fans out there probably would say the Celtics. Can make a strong case for the Braves. There's a lot of like little rivalries that pop up here or there. You have the Niners from a couple years ago. You have Washington maybe stepping back into the conversation. But for me, it's got to be the Giants. I make it perfectly clear on this podcast. They are my least favorite team in the NFC East, even worse than the Cowboys. But who do you got? Cowboys are not available. Who's the biggest Philly sports rival? I'm going Giants or Mets. Just the New York thing. You have to go with it. But let me know your thoughts on my social media as well as the Back to the Future voice and text line. All right, and then finally today, our Philly Sports Summer Playlist, trying to get some songs that you can use at the pool, the beach, the mountains, plug it into the car. Some of these might not be appropriate for kids, but you can get the clean versions of them. And today's song, Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John. And the Philly Sports connection is it was written for Billie Jean King, who was I believe she was the owner as well as the manager and a player for the Philadelphia Freedoms on the World Team Tennis Circuit. They only played in Philly for 1 year, but that's the Philly Sports connection. Philadelphia Freedom hit number 1 on the Billboard 100. Billie Jean is a good friend of Elton John. But I feel like this is not just a Philly sports song, but like an ultimate just Philly pride song. It came out right around the time of the bicentennial. It is a good song for the beach, pool, mountains, road trip, whatever you want. Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John is today's Philly Sports Summer Playlist song of the day. And a bonus track. I think really for the bonus track here, you can go any Elton John song. Elton John is just good listening, especially in the summertime. But if I had to choose one, I'd probably go Benny and the Jets. That is your bonus song for today. And since I didn't do it for the first 2 days of this, on Friday we did, or Thursday we did In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. That was Chooch's walk-up song. Again, you could go any Phil Collins or Genesis song, but we're going to go Invisible Touch is the bonus track to go along with that one. And then yesterday, we did For Those About to Rock, We Salute You by AC/DC. And there's only one way to go with this. Thunderstruck is the bonus song. I feel like those two songs are intertwined, interrelated. Again, the bonus doesn't necessarily have a Philly connection, but those are your bonus tracks. But today's song to add to your playlist, Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John. It's just a catchy tune. It's been in my head ever since yesterday. Fun video, good song. So there you have it. May 3rd has not been a good day in the history of the Sixers-Celtics rivalry. 1981, 2002, 2018, and 2023, the Celtics got the best of the Sixers. But be sure to let me know who your rival is. If the Cowboys are not available, who's your least favorite Philly sports rival? I'm going Giants, but who do you got? We'll run another Tankathon simulation tomorrow. We'll update you on the Union as well as the Phillies games as they look to take that series against the Diamondbacks. Aaron Nola on the mound looking for his first win of the season. He's been pitching pretty well lately, so hopefully that continues. And let's go, Bryce. Get that, whatever it is wrong with you, get it out. Hit a bomb tonight, and let's do this. This has been This Day in Philly Sports History for May 3rd, 2025. My name is Jim Montgomery. Go have yourselves a Saturday, and until next time, I'll see you when I see you.